At this point, you probably know what the Nintendo Switch is about. Nintendo has done a great job showing the core functions of the console, and I think it's pretty innovative. I'm personally excited for it, but there's more to know than just the main stuff. And I'll also say this, it's not all positive. Most of it is, not all of it. I'm Falcon, and today on gameranx, here's little things you probably didn't know about the Nintendo Switch. So right out of the gate, let's talk games. There are more than 80 games in development for Nintendo Switch right now, and it is launching with just 5. Skylanders, Imaginators, Just Dance 2017, 1-2 Switch, Super Bomberman R, and of course, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now the system itself has 32 gigabytes of internal memory. If you install Bomberman, presumably as a download instead of from the cartridge, it'll take up 4 of those gigabytes. If you do the same with Zelda, it's 13.4 gigabytes. So if you're a person who downloads games, buys them from the Nintendo eStore, you're probably going to fill up the internal storage pretty quick, but you can expand the amount with a mini SD card, which is very good. The way you'll play games online will be based on a subscription, a lot like the Xbox and the PS4. However, from March to fall, it's going to be entirely free. They're calling it a free trial period and they haven't announced a price, but gameranx will actively attempt to find out what that's going to be and report back to you, obviously. Whether or not you're subscribed to that service, the eShop is still going to be available towards everyone. So if you prefer the digital download model to buying cartridges, you don't need a subscription. But with a subscription, you do get a free NES or SNES game every month, some of which coming with a new online mode, supposedly. Not sure how that's going to work yet, but it should be interesting to be able to play Mario Kart SNES with other people across the world. I would like that personally. But the one problem I have with this service is that it's specifically just for that month that you get the title, where you get on PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live a few free games every month, not one, a few, and once you activate them with your subscription, you have those games forever, or at least as long as you have the subscription. Also, if your subscription lapses on Xbox or PlayStation, once you resubscribe, you have those games again. These are all luxuries those two console owners will continue to enjoy, while Nintendo Switch owners will not. After the month is over, you will have to purchase that game, which seems bizarre on account it's simply just a ROM. It's a tiny little game that they don't actually have to put a lot of work into in order to put online, and in my opinion could and should be used as an incentive to get people onto the service, because it really feels worth it to get a free game every month that's just added to your account because you happen to be a subscriber. That's a good business model, and these games are not new. They're very, very old in most cases. Some of them literally 3 decades old. And although in my opinion that places their online services a tier below the online services offered by their competitors, I will say it's not a microtransaction infestation. Although something that is weird and may be good or may not be good, voice chat and social functions will be accessed via an app that you use on either a tablet or a smartphone. On to the controlling methods. The Joy-Cons are your first and foremost method of control on the Nintendo Switch. They're technically a part of the console itself and slide on and off and can be used as 2 controllers or parts of 1 controller. It's actually incredibly interesting what they've done with the Joy-Cons, being that a lot of the games are simply going to require the control stick and 4 buttons, especially multiplayer games that you'll want to play together. So, in theory, the Nintendo Switch kinda comes with 2 controllers. They're not huge, they're probably not ergonomically wonderful, but that's a big plus in my opinion. To sync the Joy-Cons to your Switch, all you have to do is attach them to it. That's it. There's no weird process that can sometimes feel awkward. There's no wires. It's just a simple, I want to use this with this system, so I will attach it for a moment or leave it attached. That's it. The right Joy-Con has 2 things that the left one does not. First, near field communication. In order to use an amiibo with it, all you have to do is tap it on the Joy-Con stick, and the right Joy-Con also has an IR sensor. The Joy-Cons can be stored on the system or in a Joy-Con grip. The grips that come with the Nintendo Switch can't charge the Joy-Cons, but you will be able to buy a type of grip that will charge them. The Pro Controller also has the ability to scan the amiibos. The near field communication is located under the Switch logo in the middle of it, and it has what Nintendo is calling HD, rumble, and motion controls, which is good because I've been tired of those standard definition rumble and motion controls for a while now. Now the actual system itself, the Nintendo Switch base unit and the dock get power through a USB-C port, which is really good. To see Nintendo do something like that where the power is provided by a non-proprietary accessory, I'm pretty happy about that. If I lose the AC adapter, it doesn't matter. I can go buy a USB-C wire or plug or whatever and plug it in anywhere. On top of that, I could very easily plug it in my car because all I would need is USB-C wire, and if I'm in the house, a brick, or if I'm in the car, one of those car adapter things. You know, that goes into the cigarette lighter that nobody uses to light cigarettes. The dock has 3 USB ports. The one on the back is a USB 3, the rest of them are 2.0 USBs, and the 3.0 one is hidden behind a little flip dock thing. I don't know exactly why it's there, but it really isn't a detriment or an advantage. It'll connect to your TV with HDMI, but no DOI, and it can also connect to up to 8 other switches in order to play multiplayer games across all of them, which I like because it gives you the same kind of experience with a split screen without, you know, telling everybody exactly what you're doing. I like that. I like that a lot. In fact, there's a lot to like about the Switch. There's a few minor gripes I have, but not many. The biggest one I went through earlier, that being the way they're handling legacy titles that you get for free once a month. That's just absurd. But the rest of it, pretty encouraging. We've got one particularly exciting launch title, one great multiplayer launch title, and a lot of great stuff lined up for the next couple months. And in all honesty, if Nintendo pulls this off, it's going to change the video gaming industry immensely, because this adds convenience to like full-blown AAA open world games that was previously kind of only available in mobile titles and handheld titles. And this is a kind of convergence that I've sort of been waiting for quite a while, so forgive me if I really want this to do well. I do. A lot of people are very cynical about a lot of things, but not I. I want the Switch to be good. So let's all cross our fingers, because the Wii U was not. What do you think about the Switch? Let's talk more in depth. Obviously, we talked about some things that aren't being as widely talked about in this video. What are your concerns? What are you enthusiastic about? Let's meet down there in the comments and talk. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, and if you're not subscribed, now is of course a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every single day of the week, and we thank you very much for watching this one in particular. My name is Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter @FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.